What's up, guys? My name is KhaoticK, back at you guys with a little one today, and we're going to be reviewing the Pagoclone compound. It is a Z drug related to Zopiclone, and Zolpidem Ambien is also what that is, brand name wise. And I'm going to get into this experience. This was pretty interesting, bro. It might have something to do with how I also tried 3-MEC, which I'll make another video about. The reason why I say that is because when I tried the Pagoclone, oh man, and I actually stayed up all night on that shit. I haven't really been sleeping that well from that 3-MEC that I did the other day. Dude, I saw some shit, okay? It gave me some delirium, like hallucinations. And I've never done deliriums. I've really never done one delirium. I've never even tried to take DPH up to a recreational dose. So I'm going to get into exactly what happened, and I hope you guys will stay high, stay lifted. And let's get right into this video. So, Pagoclone. Pagoclone, this one is related to Zopiclone. And it was researched a bit, but it never came out commercially. And what I mean by that, it was actually found to be effective for stuttering disorders. Also, for sleep. It's a lot more of an anxiety relieving compound, which means that obviously it's going to be anti-anxiety a lot more than a sleep med like Zopiclone is. So it's very, very good in that regard there. I felt like a benzo light. However, I did not prepare myself for what happened next, bro. Like, I'm gonna get into exactly what happened. So the hallucinations didn't happen until 4 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't know. It was so fucking weird, bro. And actually, that's the reason why I stayed up most of the night. I stayed up till fucking 8 in the morning, bro, because I was seeing some fucking weird shit, okay? And I'm gonna get into that. So when I came up on the drug, it felt just like how a benzo would, and it felt very relaxing, a lot more sort of amnesic. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, bro, I ate some food, right? I had some pizza, but bro, that shit kicked in, and all of a sudden, I started feeling fucking like I was on some fucking strong of a dose of a benzo, bro, because I don't have a benzo tolerance. So I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then it quickly escalated into me feeling a lot more like drunken, and it's kind of like hit or miss. Some people have said that Pagoclone is weak. Bro, that shit was not weak. I mean, it's interesting because in the beginning when I first took it, I guess it was still kicking in, because when it first hit me, I was like, oh, okay, this kind of seems like it's going to be it, right? But no, bro, once I ate some food, that shit kicked in, bro. And I was in for some trippy fucking shit. So, I'm just kind of fucking around in my room, just watching videos, playing some games, chilling out, relaxing. Music sounded amazing, honestly. It had some good music appreciation there, music enhancement. It also had, just kind of like a amnesia just kind of set in towards, I guess, 4 hours after you took it, I would roughly say, at least in my opinion. And all of a sudden, bro, I went into a delirium state, slowly but surely, meaning basically how it affected me was not how I expected it to affect me. So I was staring at a screen, right? I was on the fucking computer, bro. I was on my monitor, and out of nowhere, bro, this is gonna sound fucking weird, bro, it looked like I could see through the monitor. And all of a sudden, I started seeing this distinct visual hallucination start to creep in. And you'd have to focus right at some center of your vision, at some object. And sure enough, you would start to see around that center of your vision, it would start to dance, bro. But you would actually see these weird, rotating kind of spider web, string hallucination, but they're red, green, and blue lines. And they're spreading out of the center of your vision, bro. Oh my God. And I was like, I was not expecting that, bro. It literally looked like I was on a low dose of a 2CB or an LSD or something. But no, bro, the visuals were completely different. Completely different. Very, very subtle, bro. You actually had to focus to see the hallucination. I'm sure in a higher dose, that's when it really hits. But bro, I looked at my computer monitor and I could start to see inside the computer monitor. Not literally, but it created a three-dimensional visual hallucination where it almost looked like this thing was swirling around in the inside of a screen. And the same thing happened on my phone, bro. So it looked like there was red spirals and green hieroglyphic blue spirals coming out of the phone. However, when I looked at my keyboard, that should look like it was breathing. And I'm like, dude, I mean, this is a low dose of a psychedelic, but it doesn't even affect the receptor at all. I mean, there's atypical psychedelics like Amanita muscaria that affect the GABA receptor. But yeah, I found it interesting. You can sort of trip with a GABAergic compound. And this is like another example of it because I just don't understand. Something about it does put your brain in a delirious state, which increases the chances of hallucinations. Oh yeah, bro. And also, I was looking at like fabric, right? The fabric would start to look like there was like fucking bugs, bro. Not like a bug, but like ants crawling. Not like a real hallucination. It looked a little more fake. But also, I noticed visual snow, prickly looking like things, bro. It is so weird. But basically, the fabric of something you looked at would start to come alive. And I was on a web page, and also like the sides of your vision, like in your peripherals, things would look like they're like dancing, like they're moving and swaying. Oh man, it was so bizarre. It was basically turning everything into a 3-dimensional object. Like, I'm serious, like almost like it was a hologram or something. It was weird, bro. It was almost like you turned on some 3D glasses and everything it looked at was like looking like it was, 3-dimensional. It was so fucking weird. Oh my god. And then it proceeded to get even more weird, bro. So I was like, I'm getting sick of this shit. And I tried to go to sleep. Dude, the hallucinations did not stop. They actually got weirder. I started getting sound hallucinations. I heard like like around my ears, bro. I heard like disembodied voices, but like they weren't like negative, not like a schizophrenic thing. It was like I was hearing like just a random hallucination of a word or two from some random voice. Like I don't even think it was female. It wasn't even male or female, bro. It was just like completely random, and they weren't saying anything specific. It was like weird, just words getting picked up in the realm of psychoactivity. I don't know, bro. It was so fucking weird. And then I have an eye mask, so I put my eye mask on, try to block out as much light as possible to try to trick your brain and go to sleep, right? That's when the melatonin is produced. Dude, that didn't help at all, dude, because like I started getting transported into this other realm. Like I actually started dreaming before dreaming, bro. So I started having like a dream happen right before my eyes, and I was fully conscious still. And it was kind of creepy, bro, because it started generating random imagery. I don't know why, bro, but I got this weird feeling that it would generate some fucking demonic shit. I don't know why. Like, it low-key didn't feel right. Something about it, I was kind of creeped out, bro. It was probably because I'd been up all night at that point. Like I really did stay up to 8 a.m. Mostly because this experience was like, holy shit, I kind of got to get a little more feel with this. But I've just never experienced a delirious state. That must have put me in my first ever delirious state. I could definitely tell that hallucination where there's like spider webs almost kind of thing. Yeah, dude, that's very akin to Benadryl, right? So I'm afraid this shit can almost give you the same hallucinations as Benadryl, meaning you could probably see spiders on this shit. I even read a report. This person did up to 8 milligrams and started seeing a fucking spider, bro. So yeah, watch out for this one unless you really like to have those kind of trips. I would say it's a lot more safe than DPH. It doesn't feel like it breaks your brain. It doesn't really feel like it affects your brain the same way. I'm sure it does. It does cause amnesia, meaning you're going to forget where you are more than likely. I was having, memory loss for sure. Temporary memory loss. So it wasn't that bad. So, and I really don't know what else to say other than that. Yeah, it could definitely produce some hallucinations there. I would watch out for, anything that you have to do the next day, okay? Definitely allow your brain to recover from this, because I noticed, because this just happened yesterday, I have sort of like a hangover kind of feeling. It definitely has a longer half-life in your body for sure. Like I still feel even a little bit high on it still, just a tiny bit. I just started feeling it wear off though. So that's why I'm making this video. Loki couldn't even make the video yet until now. Like it just kind of made me a little retarded. So it has the same typical benzo-like kind of hangover where it just slows the fuck out of you. But hey, dude, it was worth it, okay? I got a new experience I've never experienced before, even though they were very subtle. They were like pseudo hallucinations. So fucking subtle, dude. But I could definitely tell if that dose was pushed 2 or 3 times higher, I would have probably seen some shit. Like creepy shit, bro. Shit I probably wouldn't want to see. And yeah, it just proves your brain is so fragile, bro. You got to be careful. I definitely wouldn't say you should abuse this in any way possibly. Like just don't ever fucking don't do it, just because I'm afraid that will lead to some serious delirious states, bro. You're gonna have severe memory loss. And then what happens if you have like severe memory loss and you see something fucking scary on that experience? I mean, hopefully I guess you can't react. Maybe if you have that much memory loss, you can't react to it. Hopefully you are so delirious that you don't even really get triggered by the imagery you see, because it's bound to kind of fuck with you. But yeah, it felt like a lot more of a tame experience. It feels like it could be better than DPH, and I don't know. I cannot say that for sure. So yeah. just take this as educational purposes only. Pagoclone was a very interesting compound. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I don't know if I'm ever going to take it again. Maybe if I'm just trying to crave that delirious state. I'm not a fan of that, I'm going to be honest. I like my psychedelics. Although, it makes me wonder, what if this was paired with a psychedelic? Or a dissociative? Not a dissociative. Maybe, actually. That would probably make you see some crazy shit, bro. So that's one of the books for me. I'm going to have to try that. But anyways, yeah, that's Pagoclone review. Pagoclone was an interesting compound. I took a 10 milligram dose. But yeah, definitely give it a try sometime. It can definitely help you sleep, just like a sleep med would, because it is a sleep med analog, and it does have its therapeutic potential, but keep it there, bro. Don't be going over the edge with this one. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are staying high and staying lifted, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, join my harm reduction Discord down in the link below, and become a channel member for exclusive benefits. Only for channel members, so I hope you guys enjoy, and peace out to the next one.